and welcome to this special show on CNBC TV 18. Italian luxury brand Gucci has launched its Ancora Spring Summer 24 collection. I'm at the Gucci store at the Geo World Plaza in Mumbai, and I have with me the global brand ambassador. She needs no introduction. She's an actor par excellence, producer, national award winner, entrepreneur, and investor. Yes, she dons many hats and with ease. Alia Bhatt, many thanks for joining us today. Let me first talk to you about your association with Gucci. It is an iconic first. You're the first Indian global brand ambassador. So tell us, how did that happen, the startup story, and what is the kind of impact you hope to create with this association?
I think when it happened, it just felt like a very big moment in my life. Not because I was the first Indian global brand ambassador from India, but it felt like a big moment because it suddenly felt like, oh wow, such a massive brand actually wants India. That's the reason they need a face.
Correct.
That represents a certain demographic, that is spending money, that is buying things, and that has interest and, kind of pull towards fashion. So I was like, wow, this is a big moment, not just for me, but for us at large. And it just happened very quickly, to be very honest. I remember I was in London. I was there shooting for Heart of Stone, some media stuff, like some marketing campaign. And it was also my birthday.
Okay.
So I was celebrating my birthday there. And this was month of March. My first appearance and my first kind of outing and announcement happened in May.
Yeah.
So it was the quickest deal closing in that sense. Because I think our ideologies really met in terms of that I'm this sort of young... I'm calling myself young.
Of course,
but
you are.
Just kind of finding my place as a woman, as a person, evolving into fashion as my personality. I think this is something that has happened over the last couple of years. Earlier, there was a lot of pressure. Oh, am I looking okay? Am I dressing correctly? What looks good on my body? All those little things. With time, with the more comfortable you get in your own skin, as soon as I entered my 30s, it sort of happened. I was like, listen, it just should be an extension of what I'm feeling like on that particular day. And there was way more comfort and understanding of what I like and what I don't like. And I'm not saying it's all hits. Sometimes there are misses because fashion is subjective.
Yeah.
But I know that every time that I'm getting dressed or every time I'm having a fashion moment, it's a part of it. It's an extension of my personality. And that is what I hope to sort of put out there. And also I feel reflects beautifully with the Spring Summer collection and just Sabato's vision for the brand.
All right, so let's talk about the Ancora Spring 24 collection. As a brand ambassador, what are the top picks and what is the collection all about?
At the show, what my interaction with Sabato was very simple. It's that Ancora is going home. It's a feeling of home. It's just and that's what I found most refreshing even at the show. Is that he said, please bring a pair of your own jeans. So this is in September when the collection
and not
was
a Gucci.
Launched. He said, you don't have to be an all Gucci. Please bring a pair of your own jeans that you love and find something and put it together because it should feel like home. It should feel like you. And I don't think anybody really understood that why is she wearing jeans at the event. I'm sure many people were like, oh,
but you look lovely. Yeah.
I felt comfortable and I felt happy and I was roaming about on the streets of Milan taking pictures because that's what it felt like, and that's the essence of the collection. So when I saw it also, it was very easy, very simple. It was very, everything was so wearable. I was like, okay, I want that, I want that, I want that. And one of the first things I remember was this choker. I said, this next time, whenever there's a proper outing, I need to wear this. I was saving it for the big moment when the collection came to India because I was, we were prepping for this for quite some time. So yeah, I think, of course, it's just the beginning of this new era, I would say.
Absolutely.
But going home, feeling like an extension and feeling like yourself is, I think, the way people should feel when they're dressing up or anything like that.
All right. So you brought up the new creative director's name and, Sabato De Sarno. This is his debut collection. I want to know what kind of conversations you have with him in terms of Gucci's future outlook or future vision.
I think the instinctiveness of his personality is what I most connected with because I'm also very like that. He kind of feels very fluid and also very quiet about what he's doing, doesn't want to talk too much about it. So when you're giving him a compliment also, he'll feel really shy.
Yeah.
But what he likes is that if you're bringing yourself to the table, that's something that he enjoys the most. Like even when we were shooting for the eyewear campaign, which is now live, the idea was that it's just this girl walking through the streets of Milan in her own moment, not really posing, not really worried about the camera, kind of caught in between. It's the in between that, you know, he really enjoys. And I love that. Like for me, like blurred shots, out of focus shots, something that is not perfect, not really well rounded. I love those moments the most because they're the most real and natural. And eventually we're all trying to like look up to this moment that feels desirable but also relatable. It's getting that like sweet spot in the middle. It shouldn't feel too alien at any point.
Absolutely.
But it should also be desirable, but it should also be interesting. And it should also be like, yeah, but this could be me walking down the street wearing those pair of sunglasses. That's the feeling. And that's what I felt during the shoot also. I was just like playing with my hair, looking around and all. It was so super easy. So that's the feeling that I feel with him whenever we chat and whenever we have a conversation about the brand.
All right. So considering your love for saris, will we see a Gucci-inspired sari collection soon?
Did you read my mind? Because literally, I'm like, that's my dream.
Okay.
If that happens, which I'm most definitely, I'm putting out all the energies in the universe.
Wonderful.
Yeah. that now to me that's a milap.
All right. So that could happen. And Alia Bhatt is trying her best.
Yeah.
All right.
I just have to pick the right moment. It has to be the perfect moment where I wear a Gucci sari.
And that'll be a first.
That'll be a first. And then then they'll be only making saris in India.
All right. You know, we are at this Gucci store in the Jewel Plaza. And, you know, this is not the only Reliance connection you have. You sold a majority stake to Reliance Retail Ventures in Adamama. And you're now looking to enter new categories, you know, baby furniture, stories, animated series. Any timelines you can share? When can we expect those offerings to hit the market?
I'll talk about the first one because there's a lot planned for this year. But since you mentioned stories and I'm a storyteller at heart, business, I don't know how it came into my life, but actually I'm a storyteller. We can expect stories this June.
All right, this June, that's pretty soon. All right, on that note, it's time for us to head into a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and we'll continue our chat with Alia Bhatt. Welcome back to this special show on CNBC TV 18. We are in conversation with Alia Bhatt. Alia, in my introduction, I mentioned that, you know, you've done so many hats and with so much ease. You've also turned investor with so many brands, right? And I want to know, you mentioned before that, you know, you're a storyteller. So what do you look for in a startup? You know, is it the business model that attracts you? Is it the founder that attracts you? What does Alia Bhatt look for before investing?
So, of course, a big part of it is the story. It has to connect with what the expectations I have maybe for a brand, but also it has to materialize. It can't just be a beautiful story and have no growth, you know, or no potential of massive growth. So sometimes you just go with an instinct, and the way I function in life is the decisions I take super quickly. Those are the ones that actually I'm most sure of. The ones that I take a really long time with, then I'm not sure, then you know, okay, something else is going to happen. Or then it's maybe because somebody else is saying something, that's why I'm doing it. I'm giving you Pool's example. I think, you know, like my team brought me the presentation. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And they're like, you know, maybe you should meet with the founder once. And we met over Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was like on a car ride. And I was like, to me, it was just the idea of it met so much with my belief of what we can do for our planet, for example.
Absolutely,
and Pool's basis and core of the brand is they pick up temple flower waste and they make incense out of it. And that is not just about, and it's women who are picking up these, you know, the waste and the flowers and stuff, and they're making incense. Incense is a very big part of Indian culture. And culture all over the world, but specifically, agarbatti to hamare har ghar mein chalti hai. So I loved that, and I loved their vision for the future of Pool.
It's a brilliant startup, and so basically clean, safe,
safe, and also just very simple, and also you think about who else is interested, right? Who else is investing in the brand, put all that together. To me, it's like a very instinctive, quick decision. Like Super Bottoms also happened like that. I found out I was having a baby, and I was, going through this nesting phase, and I was thinking about the future and what diapers and this and that, and research karte Super Bottoms fell into my lap, and I was like, wow, the timing is impeccable. And I again met with the founder Pallavi, who's a wonderful lady, and had such interesting notes to share on how they began.
Yes. And we've had both your startups feature on the channel, and I've done the interviews. So fabulous startups. But I want to know, you've invested so many times. Are you the person now who also looks at the number crunching aspect of the business? Do you look at it for quarterly results?
Numbers with me is like to me, my only brief to the team when before we began Edamama was, आप मेरे को जैसे elevator में समझाते हो ना, elevator pitch, or like that I'm a child. I should be able to understand it in the matter of 5 minutes. If I don't understand it, it's too complicated.
Yeah.
So I give them that one task. They're like, okay, fine, don't worry. So we'll only bring it to you. So numbers to be even, it becomes very muddled.
Yeah.
So for me, what I need to know is, like whatever the top line, below the line, above the line, and it's just very irritating. But what I need to know is, okay, what our target was set out. Are we
achieving that
or not? And if we're not achieving that, why aren't we achieving that? And what can we do? But I think we managed pretty
well.
I mean, to get a giant like Reliance investing in your brand is
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. In an age, Alia, where sustainability is so crucial, I want to know, whatever partnerships you do, the startups you invest in, how do you ensure that they promote cleaner practices, responsible, eco-friendly practices?
So ensuring on a day-to-day basis is difficult, but believing in, I think the want for the most livable planet that we're on, I think everybody shares that. Even the fashion industry, I think we're going through a big shift. I think everyone is more aware of the impact that we're creating on the environment and the planet. And everybody's slowly but surely taking responsible steps towards making that a reality, and towards ensuring that we're living and producing and manufacturing in a more conservative manner, or in a more aware manner. I think definitely we have a lot of room to cover, because maybe this should have been thought of like 2 decades ago. But I like to believe in goodness and moving forward.
All right. Speaking of moving forward, let's move to some of the Hollywood project, Heart of Stone, that you've done. Any more in the pipeline, or will we see a sequel to it?
I mean, not that I know of yet. I'm pretty sure anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, for now, I'm here. But I'm looking for stuff only if it's like really something that I really want to do and I just cannot miss.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
All right. Let's talk about another role of yours. You turned producer with the super hit Darlings, and congratulations on Poacher. It's already a massive hit.
Thank you.
We can't, but ask you about your future film projects, your OTT projects, what projects your production house is working on. If you can give us a sneak peek.
Just because it's happening this year, Jigra is a film that I'm co-producing along with Dharma Productions. It's directed by Vasant Bala, starring myself and Vedang Raina, and of course a whole other cast. But for now, all I can share with you is that it releases on the 27th of September, and very excited. We just wrapped the film because this is my second outing as a producer. I said this last time as well after Darlings, that every time I was on set for Darlings and in the post, and I just felt like every day was such a learning experience, and similarly has been with Jigra. In fact, with Jigra, I think I've really got into for the first time I got into budgeting, which was like I've never done before. So it was quite an interesting experience. Of course, handheld by our co-producer, Marike D'Souza, and with, Apurva, Dharma. They were really, really warm, and like Alia, you should learn. Come on, you're a producer now. But at Eternal, we're developing a lot of content that is in creative development at the moment. So let's see where that goes.
All right. Alia, as a young mother, professional, entrepreneur, actor, whatever roles that you're in, tell, just for our viewers, if you could talk about the work-life balance, how do you achieve that? And most importantly, what is the kind of ecosystem that is required to achieve that?
I think I steer away from giving parenting advice because I feel like everybody's journey is different, and I think I've come from a huge position of privilege that I can afford help, if I'm not available. But I think my husband and I very early on decided that either of us should be there available for Raha at all times. So we're all constantly splitting roles. Like if I'm traveling, he's at home. If he's at shoot, I'm at home. Because one of us wants to be with her at all times. And if we can't manage the schedule, we have grandparents ready to kind of jump up and be happy helpers. But I have to be very honest with you, the balance is never going to be easy. And it's not like women and men in our country have worked for years and brought up kids, and kids have grown up and they've just become their own person. But as a parent, as a mother, you're just always worried and nervous whether you're making the right decision or not. I think the day I became a mother, I opened my life up to worry non-stop. So I'm always worrying, and I'm just very comfortable with worrying. And all I can say is I do my best and, leave everything up to the rest.
All right, Alia, we can't let you go without asking you some rapid fire questions. It's the Gucci rapid fire.
Oh, God.
So brace yourself. My first question, your favorite Gucci look or accessory?
The choker.
That you're wearing.
Yeah.
It was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Most iconic Gucci product according to you?
There was this red suit, almost like a, I'm not sure about the material, but there was this red suit which was iconic, which Gwyneth Paltrow, I remember, wore it off the runway and re-wore it later in life. It goes back to, I think, Gucci's of the 90s, but it was a stunning piece and just extremely powerful. And, the color red on a woman always looks fantastic.
Looks lovely, yeah. All right. Your pick for Raha from the Gucci collection?
Actually, very kindly, when I was in New York for the Met, I was also shooting my announcement for Gucci. And because it was my first outing, the team came and gave me a beautiful dress for Raha, which she couldn't fit into at that moment. But it was a blue dress with a white collar. It was really, really cute. So that's my favorite because it was the first.
All right.
After that, we got gifted many ones from different people, but that was the first.
All right. 3 words to describe your fashion style.
Comfortable, clean, random.
Comfortable, clean, random. All right. What is Alia's faux pas?
My faux pas is, naturally, I feel like sometimes I go too oversized.
Okay.
It's just my kind of the pajama kid in me that is most comfortable in pajamas. So sometimes I'm I'm not bothered to dress up. So I'm even people are oh, Alia, you need to wear tighter clothes or more fitted. You have such a nice body. You should fit clothes more. And I'm but I'm also happy in oversized. So I wouldn't call it a faux pas. I would say I rely on that very often when I'm lazy. And sometimes I need to be pulled outside my comfort zone to be go for something fitted.
All right. Okay. My final question. And this one's because you're a terrific singer. So a song that describes best your association with Gucci. And if you could sing a line.
Good question. Okay. A song that describes
your association best.
I'm blank right now. I'm thinking something to do. Pehla nasha, pehla khumar, naya pyar hai, naya intezar. I don't know. But I know it's pehla pyar, pehla nasha. That's all right.
So first love with Gucci, it's the pehla pyar, and we hope this is forever. Thank you so much, Alia Bhatt. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.